That's okay.
Hi, and welcome to Spirituality Gone Wild. This is Nicole Marie Campbell, and this is Missy C. And she's here with us tonight, as she is every Thursday evening. And we like to divulge about the universe. So, everyone out there tonight, thanks for tuning in. And if you're tuning in a show tape, thanks for tuning in again as well. You can always catch us live on Thursdays. So,
Awesome.
so tonight's show is going to be about our new moon, which we were discussing just now. So, our new moon is going to be coming in a Scorpio, and it has a strong connection with Mars and an Aries influence as well. And in case anyone doesn't know, I believe Missy was saying, how many days does it take for a rotation
Oh,
with?
yeah. There's about, so our sun signs are around 28 days, 21 to 28 days. I have to check, but for example, Scorpio begins October 21st
Okay.
and it goes until November 21st. So that's a month, right? October 23rd, sorry. Apologies. And then we have our moon that travels through each sign every 2.5 days. So
Okay.
right now we're in alignment with Scorpio, with the sun in Scorpio, and our new moon is also in Scorpio. And then
Wow.
we have, oh yeah, it's a watery one, but we have Mars, who's typically the ruler of Aries, a very fiery sign. And
Mm-hmm.
Mars, as we know, is combative. It can be passion. It can be fire. It can be fury as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that is also a ruler of Scorpio, though. And so we have Mars in Scorpio, the sun in Scorpio, and the moon in Scorpio. So this is a really, really powerful new moon for setting our new intentions, but going deep within ourselves
Mm.
to uncover our darkest and deepest secrets, to shed light on that, and to bring forth, connecting with our higher selves and standing in our own best selves moving forward. So this is a really good
Okay.
time to dig in.
So when we're talking about darkness, and I like to talk about darkness
Me
personally, I
too.
think it's a really important thing. I think that a lot of us have gone through COVID trauma, number one, learning to live a new life again through a pandemic,
Yeah.
right? So darkness, in my feelings and in my senses comes in, and maybe it's through trauma-induced circumstances. Maybe it's through how you perceive yourself financially. Maybe it's how you feel about yourself physically. Maybe in general, like, what the heck am I doing in this body? Like, why am I on planet Earth? 2021. Why did I choose this life? Right.
Yeah.
And I think the pandemic gave us a lot of time to sit and to harness that thought pattern of like, did I have a purpose, or, what is for me in the way of my purpose, right?
Ooh, that's a good, juicy question. I love that. I'm writing that one down. What's in the way of my purpose?
Yeah.
I'm
I
going to
felt
ruminate
like,
on that one.
every roadblock, it was just pre-pandemic, and I had so many things going on for me that I'd felt so much more confident and assured about my path and where things were going. And then a pandemic hit, right? And it just
Yeah.
sort of went like, oh, that's not really going to happen for 2 years. Like, how upsetting.
It was a tower moment for everybody. Like it was really, really transfer. Like that was just bullshit. Just use my language.
There you go. Just let it out, girl.
Oh my
Let it out.
God.
You
It
know?
was like the carpet just came out from underneath so many people's legs.
Yeah. Hmm. Right.
Oh
And then,
my
and
God.
so I just like, as soon as because you said with the death and the rebirth, because Scorpio is insisting energetically to kind of help us move through. If you are, by the way, if you're holding up the mirror to yourself and not to others, and you're really doing your internal work and you're looking at making changes in how you feel about yourself, your lifestyle, or what you want to accomplish in this lifetime.
Yep.
And so the Scorpio energy is what again? It's gonna.
Transformation. Yeah, absolutely. It's rebirth, just like you said, shedding the old layers, shedding the old skin, letting go what doesn't need to be there so you can really elevate the three animals, the totems of Scorpio is the scorpion, and
Mm,
we've got the snake or the eagle. Actually, that's four. Sorry. The scorpion, there's a snake, there's an eagle. There's actually a few more. There's the phoenix, and there's also the
mhm,
dove, the white dove. So there are
mhm,
actually a couple of different, there wasn't just three, but there's different stages for for the Scorpio, and that's just transformation. That's massive metamorphosis and change, and how you can, in everyone can harness the energy of Scorpio right now
mm.
because of the new moon and the sun, and especially Mars, for making, just noticing within ourselves what isn't aligning with us anymore, what we need to let go of. Is there something that we're holding on too tightly to that's
Mm,
holding us back? It's like
mhm.
holding on to a burning hot pot where
And
really you just letting go is so easy
mhm.
to do, and you're going to feel so much better when you're not holding on to that.
Yeah, and I think like if you're really and again able or curious about that energy, what working with that energy might look like, is there some kind of guided meditation or some kind of ritual like you like to do that might help you align or?
I'm glad that you asked that. Absolutely. Scorpio is a water sign.
Mhm.
So for me personally, I've got two glasses of water and a bottle of water that's half drank. I just keep funneling water through me because during this time it's very activated, and it's a good idea to just stay clear with drinking lots of water. I do have a guided meditation. It's neat that you say that. I was listening to it earlier today off
Yeah.
of YouTube, and it's about 25 minutes, and it actually sparked my interest to create my own coming up because I loved it so much. And it's all
Mm.
about shedding what no longer serves and
So
standing in your.
anyone can like essentially get yourself into a guided meditation. It could be musical.
Yep.
It could be, I like to walk in and meditate. I like the feeling of my feet on the ground
Yes.
to meditate. But a lot of
Therapy.
times as well, it could be a chant. It doesn't even, it could be just singing. Like
Yep.
we were talking about it this week. My mom's surviving Parkinson's, and I had done something very funny actually. We had thought about because of the throat, right? Like how do you get your throat stronger and how do you get that sort of the oming kind of revibrates something back into your body. So if you're oming your you're kind of clearing your vessel, you're clearing out your chakras by oming, right?
Yes.
But I suggested it doesn't have to be oming. Like if Eastern stuff doesn't work for you,
Yep.
it can be yodeling. It
Yep.
could be some form of singing. It could be rock and roll, and you got your guitar in the middle of your living area. It
Absolutely.
could be as fun as sometimes I personally really too like the choir type singing,
Yep.
trying, not that I, have formally trained in singing, but just letting it out, right? It's definitely a freedom for sure.
Totally. It's really actually vibrationally, we can activate the cells in our body by
Mm,
using our voice. And whether
mhm,
that's on stage at a concert or just in your shower, it's
mhm,
very healing to
mm,
use your voice to sing along or to just scat and sing nothing that doesn't make any sense to anyone, not even yourself. But the fact that you are creating a music and you're creating vibration, you are
mhm,
doing the sound healing for your physical and your energetic body using your own voice. And even
mhm.
yelling, like just screaming, if
Yeah.
that's a good way to get out any extra uh, pent up energies, is to go to
Yeah,
sound and
because
just
it was
scream.
kind of funny too in one of my earlier shows this week. It was part of what was downloaded to Lee. Um, to my good friend there, she said that there would be times where you just literally have to let go of whatever the emotion is in that moment in order to get through the show, in order to get through. So the beauty of clearing your channel is pretty intense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is, but it's needed. It's if when you hold on to that stuff and leave it all wound up in you, it has
Uh-huh.
nowhere to go. And so you really do want to release it in any way that you can. And that's using your voice, screaming, singing,
Yeah.
laughing is a good one. I love laughing. That's probably my favorite one. And
Laughing.
but you
Uh-huh.
can move too, moving your body. So a good way for, just harnessing the Scorpio new moon energy would be
Mm-hmm.
having your affirmations written where you can see them, because this
Mm.
is such a powerful time. And like you said earlier when we were chatting about the your own mind can sometimes,
Mm.
beating yourself up internally for no apparent reason. A really good combat to that is having your affirmations readily available that you've written
Mm-hmm.
out yourself, that when you catch yourself in one of those darker thought moments,
Yeah.
rewire your program. Your computer is your brain, so rewire it by seeing and feeling the vibration of your affirmations and repeating them, whether that be out loud using your voice or through thinking them.
And I think the beauty of going through the motions with a healer like yourself, and maybe for those that are out there that are seeking at this time to process information, maybe things that are coming up for them that seem out of control, or things that maybe they want mediated that they personally don't want to share with family,
Yeah.
questions about their selves and their health, and that if they are experiencing, and most definitely any awakening patterns, ringing in the ears, or vibrational frequencies that they're feeling or sensing, if you're sensing spirit around you or anything dark or light as well, that too, if you're sensitive, is always good. I know, Missy, you do help people with readings and some energetic medicine.
Definitely.
So that's a more shamanistic approach.
Yep.
But I do believe that all paths must start with self-love. And if you are ready to do the work, that makes even more sense to have a good healer or healing therapist as a friend.
Absolutely. 100%. We're all here on this earth together. So let's make the best of it. And yes, if there's things that we can't share with our family and our immediate friends, then reach out to someone else who doesn't know you as well, who can hold space and who can shine perhaps a different perspective on whatever it is anyone's going through. And just
Mm.
like you said, we are, up leveling with the frequencies that are coming into Earth, and they're very intense, heart opening, heart chakra energy coming
Mm.
in, and that can be intense for anybody. And you might start to, you will start to realize more of your supernatural powers of
Mhm.
being telekinesis, being able to, hear other people when they're thinking about you, just like you said, with the ringing in the ears.
Mm.
You may see something that's there, that's not there, but it is actually there because the veils were so thin. We're still in Scorpio season. And just the knowing of perhaps an entity that's around you. Like
Mhm.
you said, it could be good spirit or it could be an entity spirit. And knowing how it makes you feel is the telltale sign of what vibration is it in, and is it
Mhm.
something to hold close and hold and cherish,
Yeah,
or is
and
it
I
something
think
to
too, isn't
protect
it
against?
reflective of your own vibration? I
Yeah.
think a lot of the earth journey is a collection.
Yeah.
And when we're journeying here and we're embracing the journey, we get to collect whatever vibration we're holding on. So if anger is a big issue, comes up a lot for you, if resentment, if there's a lot of fear there, all those emotions are leading towards maybe what you might be holding on to in disease in the body.
Yeah.
It could be also good for you to clear emotions like that. I recently started training in the Ho'oponopono. I don't know if I
Yeah.
say that. Did I say it right?
Well, you know what? People say it all different ways. They're
Yeah.
Ho'opono, Ho'oponopono. Like I've heard it a bunch of different ways.
And the
Awesome.
4 precepts. I love you. I forgive you. Thank you. And what was the other? I love you, forgive you, thank you,
I'm sorry.
and I'm sorry. And at first, like when I'm watching them do this, I thought, wow, like I am totally spaced out enough sometimes to do that and just love it, right?
Yeah.
Because in meditation or whatever, I could be vibrating that.
Yeah.
That's how it felt for me. I could be vibrating that. And then I thought about my mom and dad a lot because when I started saying it
Mhm.
and I started saying it out loud, I was directing it towards them, like
Beautiful.
mentally. And I was like, wow, I feel like I'm clearing myself. I feel like so the master of that thought form calls it cleaning. I
I
can't
love
talk to you
it.
right now and I can't do anything for you because I'm cleaning you. Like I'm helping your cleaning.
Wow. Yeah, it's powerful. It's so powerful.
I think it's so magical.
It is.
Um,
It is magical. And just, saying that over and over again. And like you said, even while you're cleaning your own house physically, like you can kind of do it all at the same time.
right. Or if you're really stuck in a relationship where you don't know where the interaction needs to go, you could actually say that for the relationship and bless it and allow it and let it go so you can move on to higher vibes, to better feelings about yourself, your community, or the world, right? Another link with me lately has been not thinking about COVID and not talking about it and not even participating in the propaganda, just releasing myself of it.
Beautiful. I think that's where we need to get to because vibrationally it has been the elephant in the room, but physically the elephant that's in the room. And
Mhm.
so we must be the change that we wish to see in the world, and that means letting it go.
Yeah, I think like the interesting thing with this scorpion death, rebirth, your internal mind, the fact that you are able to, or we able to use this energy and use it towards really maybe I'm hearing asking yourself, what do you want to let go of within yourself? Not anybody else or circumstance, but what character trait that you picked up on, what behavior, what is the thing that, may be holding you back, from your success. I,
Absolutely.
I still want to ask about the sun and the moon connections because I know we've discussed the sun is how the world sees me and
Yeah,
understanding
that's like
myself.
your basic identity, the sun. Like how it's actually your first. So hold on. Your basic idea or identity is your sun sign, and
Mhm.
that's who you are.
Mhm.
But your rising sign, your ascendant, is actually the first impression that other people have of you.
That's it. Okay,
So
now I totally got it.
they're similar though, right?
Right.
How the world sees you, and also how the first impressions, like how you are, your basic identity, and how other people receive you, they're similar
Yeah.
because it's all connected. And
Right.
then
And if you're really connected to how other people perceive you via your job, or maybe some inner yearnings of wanting to belong,
yeah,
right? We all, I feel, are meant to have some connection and some sense of tribalness or togetherness. But maybe some of those connections that we're innately portraying are not serving us. They're not really bringing out the best in us. Um,
true.
to use our own abilities.
That's right. We have to sort out also what's ours and what's not ours. Just like you
Mhm.
said, what other people are portraying us to be in their story, and how we show up as the version of ourselves that they've created in their minds.
Right. But then why bother? Because in our own greatness, in our own work. So a lot of the spiritual work, I think, is in sort of moving platforms, moving dimensions, is sort of illuminating the fact that when you do let go, you don't have to hold on. So it's almost like, oh my God, am I going to completely step into the light? And I feel, sense, and know that more and more every day.
Beautiful.
Especially because I do see myself in practice. I see myself in practice in little ways, taking more time in my decision making, and definitely expressing the truth in my emotions, which took a lot of work to come forward with.
It does. And I'm proud of you. And I just want to say congratulations for doing all of this work and showing up for yourself, because when you show up for yourself, you show up for your community, and you're obviously a visionary and a leader in your field.
I know. And the whole gambit is just like, get stronger, and stand in your light, stand in your light. What does it feel like? And that does sound like, to me, I think I resonate a lot with the sounds, like the sound, the voices, the singing. That to me sounds like where I think my greatest feels are spiritually.
Beautiful. I love that.
So I think you have cards with you today, Missy.
I do.
Anybody is out there? There's somebody in the comments now, I think.
I do.
Sean's saying hi. Sean.
Hi, Sean.
Yeah, he's saying he's there.
Awesome. Thanks for joining.
Yeah. And so do we want to dedicate your reading to the collective, or?
Yeah, we can dedicate the reading to the collective for the new moon in Scorpio today.
Okay. Well, let's just get an overall reading then.
All right. Perfect. So exciting is I'm using Anita in Verarity, just beautiful cards. Universal Folk Oracle. These are some of my favorite cards just because, she's an animal lover, clearly. The little characters on the cards are just absolutely, they're just so cute and beautiful. And the artwork.
Yeah, I love anything. I'm going to get my animal cards too then, if you're going to do animal.
Yes, please do.
I'm going to find mine. I thought that I had mine here. Transition.
This is for the collective, for the new moon in Scorpio.
Yeah.
Here we go. What advice do we need? Oh, that is it. It flew out. I love that.
And on the collective. So I'm here holding mine as well because I love animal cards.
Me too. Wow. This is a perfect card for today, for the new moon in Scorpio. It literally flew out of my hands.
Wow.
And it's number 33.
Number 33. Wow. Lucky number.
Power number.
And we've got Ascension. Okay.
Ascension.
So we're preparing now for moving through the veil.
Yeah, we are. And just like you said earlier, how do we stand in our light? How do we stand in our bright light and call in our higher selves? This card is all about spiritual support, which you mentioned earlier, reaching out to other people when needed for our own shadow work. We have to do the work. We have to do it ourselves, but we're not alone, and we can reach out to people for help and support when it's needed. And this is all about oneness, ascended masters, guides. There are guides all around us. We are all guides for each other, and we can help each other. We can help lift each other up, and we can turn to our friends for support and guidance. We can also turn to people that we just resonate with on a frequency that is unexplainable, but it's just there. We can reach out to these people. This is what the beauty of social media and the internet has helped us with connecting with one another, especially.
Yeah, no one should be at this alone. I think more and more,
No.
personally, we need to communicate. We need this connection.
Mhm.
We need to say hello, like everyone out in the audience tonight. We need to use our voices,
We do.
communicating with one another through business, higher evolutions of thought in the sciences and the arts and metaphysics. This kind of communication, keeping up with that pace of self-development and honoring everyone's path, knowing that we're going to find our tribe, um, and definitely stay. Yeah, Sean's just saying hello. He's meeting you for the first time.
Nice.
And so it's one of those, maybe Sean would like a card read. Sean, would you like a card read? Are you out there watching right now? If
Yeah,
you would
maybe
like
you
a
would
card
like a
read,
card.
yeah, if you like a card, I can do one, or Missy can do one for you. Um, it's being in the energy of. So if I don't want to be in the energy of COVID or the thoughts of, oh, whoa, what's going to happen next, I have to be in the energy of what? Creation.
Yes.
I am creating this moment. I am in creation with my co-host. I'm in creation with the audience. My audience as well is more than welcome to get on board. If you aren't able to and not hitting my comments, you just have to accept StreamYard in Facebook in order to enter into the chat. So if anyone out there doesn't understand that in Facebook, it would be included in there.
Awesome.
So I was thinking maybe we'll do, I like to do 3. So
Okay.
I always get the flamingo. Oh my God.
Let's see what you get.
I always get the flamingo.
Flamingos
Always.
are beautiful.
I know. Ever since I was little leap, and I was like, even when people back in the 80s, they used to put flamingos on their yards when they
Yeah.
have babies and stuff like that. There's a card.
There it is.
Yeah. So that being embrace the in-betweenness, like it isn't, oh no, it's not comingness, it's not coming fast enough, or like, no, actually by being in the betweenness, remaining in gratitude and watching all the different dynamics of your life take place, you're actually lining up for more, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like, oh, a lot of times, why isn't it working? Or why isn't it working right now?
Right.
And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, it rained, it poured.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's what happened for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, so in the meantime, while you're working on that, the bee spirit of the bee.
Ooh, nice.
You like that one?
Yes, I do. That's what my name means. Melissa actually means honey of a bee in Greek.
Oh,
So
wow.
I love the bee.
Sweet results await. So again, by embracing the in-betweenness and being in maybe a better health plan, maybe getting a grip on your well-being, or maybe you're in a switchover in a job or a switchover in friends, you could see yourself as the better results will wait by staying in peace with yourself, and conducting yourself in ways which will bring more peace towards your body. I think a lot of times when we go out there in the world, there's just so many suggestions pulled on us, and it's really hard to calm down from what the offerings are around us, right?
Yes, definitely.
But then the beaver spirit came up upside down. So maybe this is a challenging point. Maybe it isn't. But for me, I'm going to say laying a solid foundation, definitely at this time, not easy. It is not.
Resonates.
It is definitely, I feel way more comfortable in the waiting or, the in-betweens. But as I am gathering and seeing, I'm actually noticing where the foundations of things for me are like needing help, or they're needing finances, or they're needing growth.
Yep.
So I try and look into the crystal ball of the future and say, okay, I see that in the right place at the right time, and I accept where I am in the now. And I bless it with that. I think knowing all pieces and particles and bits, I'm not getting my word, but that it will all flow.
Yeah.
Um, Definitely, because I feel great that I'm building within a community. I am. So
Yeah.
I'm very lucky as an artist that I have a group of people that I am growing with. So, and I really hope that for other people, they get more socialization, they get to be around people more, that we're coming out of the COVID, alarm bell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. So neat. I saw a beaver on the side of a big truck today. It's a
Yeah.
cartoon. It was just like a moving truck, but there was a big beaver on there. So, and the truck was kind of backing out of a driveway, and my friend, he was standing there, and I go, "Oh, haha, don't get hit by the beaver." And, we just kind of laughed, and I pulled him out of the way. And it's so neat that then you pull the beaver card out of all of the animals and all of the cards.
Yeah,
Like,
but what if, in another sense, if that foundation is not worth standing on,
mhm,
is not dimensionally worth shifting into, is not worth your beingness,
yeah,
right? Like, I think, remember, you got yourself there, though. It is
yeah,
still a part of you.
that's right. It's a part of you. It got you there, and you can get yourself to another place.
Yeah, which I think is within,
Yeah,
right? The foundation of the solidness of within you, the unwavering you that you are. Aho, keep it peaceful, keep it forgiving, keep it
yes,
loving, and just let go of that baggage. It's gone. Thank you. Thank you
totally.
for the lesson. I allow that to be gone in my presence. I welcome goodness. These are all affirmations. You spoke about affirmations. You seem to be this week. I noticed you're doing lots of affirmations.
I am. They're right there. They're on my wall here. They're on my wall there. They're on my wall there. I've written them in rainbow colors, and
Good.
it's because we are coming up to an eclipse cycle, and the eclipse cycle is going to be very powerful for letting go and releasing. But right now, with this new moon today, this is super potent new intentions, bringing it in, harnessing it,
Yeah.
and calling it home into the foundation of your inner being, your inner and your outer being. So that's why I have these I've got them taped up on my water jug. Actually, the water filtration system is all, there's words that are taped on there about new moon in Scorpio, transformation, health, and wellness. I vibrate at the highest frequency. I radiate love. I am love. I am divine light. These statements are written on the water so that every time I take a sip, that is going through and integrating into each one of my cells.
So have you actually, like, in any way been very hungry as of lately? I know it's kind of funny, but my appetite is like so zilch. I do want to eat, and I totally tempted by food. That's just me in the fall, but I just really don't have much of an appetite since this whole shift over. It's strange.
They
Very
say that we're going to
settling
be
though.
eating less as the
Hmm.
as we ascend. Our bodies become more crystalline, and we need
Hmm.
less food, but we need more nourishing food.
So yeah, but what are we then, with the vibrational frequency change? What are we then in? Is it the inhale, the exhale more? Because as I'm saying that, I'm just seeing my spirits open up. Like, it's really in that power of the inhale, the exhale, letting the body have the pure prana energy, right?
Yeah,
Right. And so
absolutely.
we, maybe mankind, in a sense, overlooks the value of breathing,
Yeah.
to your wellness in the human sense. Like, um, I watched I watched Dolores Cannon and giving her talk about the new earth. Now, it was done by somebody else, but I had 20 minutes. So when I was taking a nap, and everything that I got of it, it sort of said this, and you can interpret it in any way you want as well. But I interpret it as, we would see a time where the new earth and earth would split.
Mhm.
So if you took it literally, that was like, that can't happen. Like, how is a planet going to split into another planet? It, like, to me, it just seemed like a little hocus pocus. But hey, you never know. Asteroids exist too, right? You just don't know. And then I thought about dimension and shift and then being a spirit seer. So for everybody out there, I would like to say too, like I do intuitive painting, but I also do spirit seeing. So it's just a natural talent that I've had since I was a child. And it's just part of my makeup, why spirituality is really easy for me to speak on. So if there is something you'd like painted or you'd like to talk more about that, then you're welcome to message me too.
Awesome.
But in seeing that as I kind of dripped through what is the meaning, because I didn't look at it on the surface. Again, I went within to get my answer,
Good.
and I saw what was actually going on. You want to know, don't you?
Yeah, tell us.
I'm
I'm sitting on the edge of my chair.
She's like, I drank my water today. I meditated. Yeah, I want to know.
Yeah, I'm ready. We're ready.
So what I'm seeing is it's working through us.
Mm.
And it makes me sad and it makes me happy at the same time, because when she's saying there are those that will go and those that will stay, that we will see the new earth through one another, through our work, our spiritual work, our physical work. We'll see it through one another. But you can't see it if you're not with one another.
Yeah.
So whether physically that means the planet was meant to, because remember, she was giving a divine interpretation. She's a very sacred human. She did work for 40, 50 years among a time era where speaking in that tongue would have just almost had your head cut off.
Absolutely.
Right? She's like an ancestor and an adorable woman. I feel that was my message, that it was the splitting of you into the vibration you're learning with one another, to be at peace with your vessel and let the light in, to live with the light within. And then we do see. So it's like, don't look the gift horse in the mouth. Like, it's right there in front of you. It's you being well within your vessel, being well within your spirit, and being in that attunement with the divine.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. That is the new earth. That's the new earth vibration. It is all within. You find the peace that you're seeking within. And then just to throw a little wrench in that one.
Here we go. Another challenge. Whoa.
Just a little wrench in that one about the splitting into the new earth. This will go well. If you saw Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg's recent announcement is that Facebook is now Meta, and Meta is that actually means death in a language, but Meta is the digital new earth, where his vision his vision is that people are going to go to work in their metaverse. So their job, a lot of people are working from home now. They are on their computers. They're working doing Zooms, and they're having these meetings. But imagine this. You actually are in an avatar world where Nike is actually starting a process and getting a lot of patents created because Nike wants to be able to sell you Nike clothing for your avatar, for your virtual you, one of a kind NFT, non-fungible tokens, clothing that is Nike for you to wear to your job through this. Not for you to really wear and leave your house and be seen in the world.
What if I want to wear hand-sewn mittens?
And you will. You can actually morph yourself into a floating fairy and go into this
I
new
already
world.
do that in my dreams.
The new earth is also a new technology earth. That's just a little bit.
Okay, so Sean again, contributing. Just breathing through your nose can lower your heart rate. Have you ever tried that? And he says, your energy has far more power than you can be imagined. Thank you so much, Sean. Yeah, it is all, we are actually all energy.
We are. E equals MC squared.
Now, if we get past thought and emotion into connectivity, like I guess in a way, could you embrace a person in this new metaverse? Like, could
You
you be like,
can.
oh, I could give you a hug?
Yeah. Now, I
Mm.
don't know how your physical being would actually feel the hug, but your avatar would be doing the hug and you would see the hug happening.
So what they say is, and I know the science on this, is the facial expressions of another person's happiness raises dopamine in the level of the person viewing
True.
without the person partaking in person.
Yeah, that's true.
So, but you still had to earn your own happiness. You can't be happy without your own struggle and getting up and facing yourself and being really sharp or like being good to the human you are.
Yes.
I feel like I'm talking about myself in another tense. Like it's almost like that.
It's true.
An acceptance of the journey you're on.
Yeah. I mean, we're all on our own journeys. And I think in this new age, there can be comparison that creeps in just based on the social media aspect of things. But really, the only person any of us should be competing with, because in the new earth there is no competition. There's enough for everyone. There is abundance. That's the old lack mindset, that there's not enough. But really, like, the only person that you want to compete against, if you were to, is who you were yesterday. And to hold that person with compassion, like show love and gratitude for who you were yesterday and the new choices that you're making today, the different choices. And there's always room to grow. There's never, I'm finished.
Yeah, it's kind of like one of those feel-good movies, right? And that, you want to watch the main, and I find a lack there within for them, but where you want to see the main character become their best selves.
Yeah.
Or their best selves isn't so far off, or the struggle being real created it. Now, on another level, I've heard the acceptance of, I accept my story. He's funny. This is hilarious.
We can sing that. That's a song. You're never fully dressed.
Until you wear a smile.
From Annie?
That's so adorable. Yeah, it is. And so Zuckerberg has decided, because now we're comfortable inside here. Wow. That's very entrepreneurial. I mean, his spirit is strong on that. I think is like really cool. I totally don't disagree. I could see how some people might be offended in a way, but it sounds safe. But then in the same sense, I'm like, what if, right? You're thinking, what else? What might happen in there?
I know. Well, think about it. Like, he thinks that, like, now there's going to be a whole new currency inside this virtual world where you go in and earn money. You go to work in this virtual world.
Oh, and so oh, darn. I guess you have to have a tech background to get in there.
I don't think so. I think if you can play a video game, you can do this.
Oh, it's that
like if
easy.
you played Sims or if you played Grand Theft Auto,
really?
You can literally work and live in this virtual new world. But really, you live like you don't have to leave your house except for to order food to come to your door. Never mind, you don't even have to leave your house.
That's just too much, though. But in a lot of regards, like I can't go without Mother Nature. You can't replicate. Exactly. Now, I guess I see it maybe for those who are unwell, unable to go for a walk. Wow. To get them on something RPGing where they can see themselves walking through a forest.
That would be beautiful. That would be really healing for someone who can't go physically. Beautiful. Because it is really important. I do that every morning, actually. I run down the stairs in my building, 17 flights, to rip my socks and my shoes off and stand outside in gratitude, barefoot on Mother Earth.
Wow.
And that's really important even to do in the winter when it's cold. Yes, it is
Wow.
freezing, but think about Wim Hof and think about the effects of.
I'm going to join yoga. I decided.
Yay! Yes,
Yeah, I'm not going to complain about winter weight or issues. I'm just going to go join yoga and get it over with.
perfect.
Yeah.
I love that you're going to do that. That's great.
Yeah. I think that whether we're approaching, so we've got our new moon we know is in Scorpio running for that length from now. How does the full moon work in again? We got our new moon and then we're working
Mhm.
towards.
Full moon's coming up.
Okay.
When is the full moon? 21st. Well, I'm celebrating the full moon on the 21st with the sound bath, but I know that the full moon itself is not on that specific day, but the Sunday is within the 3 days. When we celebrate or do a ceremony for the moon, whether
Mhm.
it's new or full, we
Mhm.
should be within 3 days, either before or 3 days afterwards.
And so when we're working into the full moon, what is our full moon cycle?
So that's every 28, about every 28
No,
days.
I mean, where will the full moon be present in?
Oh, you know what? I forget now.
I don't even know either.
I forget where it's going to be. Where is it going to be? It's going to be, I don't know. It's going to be a surprise. What's next for full moons?
Yeah,
Is
I
the
guess
full
maybe the
moon in
good thing is
Aries?
get through the new moon and enjoy it up until what
Yeah.
day does that reside on?
For the full moon?
Yeah. No, well, we got the new moon now. It goes for how many days?
Oh yeah, the new moon. So okay, our full moon is no, our new moon, sorry, that's today. And
Mhm.
that's our new moon in Scorpio. That's just 2.5 days, 3 days for the
Days.
new moon.
Yeah. And then because there's so many cycles till the full moon.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
I know. I love having blonde moments too. I've decided. It's
Well, and
great.
our new moon, our November full moon is the beaver moon. There's the beaver again.
Oh, are we having a beaver moon?
It's the beaver full moon. Come
That's
on. You can't
incredible.
make this stuff up because you have the hunter's moon, you have,
Oh, we got a
there's
beaver
all these
moon.
different names for each moon each month, and the November moon is the beaver moon.
So
It's going to be the
again,
longest lunar eclipse of the century on
with this
November
really
19th.
unique reading we're getting between one another.
Yeah.
So the beaver moon actually, because I know the card, has foundational issues or not. So how is your foundation? The foundation you rest on in your home life, your personal self, your business, right? Your
Yep.
contracts. Well, what part of the wood of it, those foundational aspects, are rotting or they're not being paid attention to, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So the beaver, if the beaver was really smart, we can play the beaver. We get in there and start moving over expenses, looking more into finding time with loved ones, time they value, things that are great on your foundation.
Absolutely. There's that. That's great. Thank you for sharing that. That's super exciting to.
I'm working it with you, girl. I'm
Yeah.
learning all the time and I'm loving it.
Well, yeah. And one of these things we can do is think about your 7 major life areas, right? Like when you want to look at your foundation, what makes up your life? Your family is like a piece of this pie.
Mm-hmm.
And you have your finances. That's another piece of the pie.
Mm-hmm.
Your health and your wellness, your well-being. That can be mental health. That can also be physical health. That can be what kind of food are you eating. That's another piece of the pie. You can have your personal development or spiritual development as a piece of the pie. You can have your significant other, right, and your friends. That's another piece of the pie. Those might be 2 different pieces. Everyone's pie in their own lives are going to be different based on what holds the most value for each person and what shows up in the wheel. But you can actually color. You can do it. You can do a coloring game where you color in the wheels just to show how you're feeling. Am I fulfilled in this area? 0 to 10, 0 to 10, 0 to 10, all the way around. And now you can have a look at your pie, which is your life, and say, oh, look, I'm, maybe lately I've been a little bit low in the exercise department or eating some junk food.
Yeah.
So I'm going to I look at my little wheel of my life and say,
Yeah.
okay, I'm going to do, these are some new things to bring in and some
Yeah.
things to release.
It is. It's just, oh, Sean's saying he loves the wheel.
Oh.
Yeah.
And if
Yeah.
you focus, Sean says, if you're constantly focusing on what you don't want in life, you'll never move towards what you want. That is true.
I say, you know what? Fall 99 times and get up 100.
Yes.
Like, it doesn't matter how hard you fall, how long, like whatever you thought you were down, your mind had you trapped, your physical self had you trapped, whatever it is, keep moving and shaking in any way you can. Get your butt out that door. I think for me, it's singing. I think just sing something to yourself. Just get that vibe, whatever it is. Visualization, see yourself as, whatever character you want it in, and maybe even see someone else bringing light into your life. It was hard for me to do that. And now that I actually am on that bridge with some pretty healthy, safe relationships, wow. It's kind of wow, right? It's like, oh, wow. Like you see the light in someone else. Holy God. Like, in a way, I kind of wish I could store it. Like there was like a mainframe where you could be like, oh, here's your light bubble. Thanks. Okay, we'll put this in the mainframe. Like, I mean, I don't want to de-energize people, but I'm thinking some weird thoughts here. Like, we could put all these hearts together. We could put all these like lovely experiences into one vibration and just shower the world.
Oh, that's beautiful. Like little Care Bears that we are. I love it. I see the light in you. You're radiant.
Oh, I like the light in you as well. Thank you so much, sister.
Thank you, sister.
So again, that's our show. We follow up every Thursday evening here in Canada. We'll talk about moons and people's journeys through the galaxy as we see it on planet Earth. And enjoy you guys in our audience. If you want to commit more and comment, just click on to accept StreamYard through Facebook, and we'll definitely see you in the comments. And whoever's giving me the loves and the shout outs out there, we love you too. It's been a great show. And God is bless.
God is bless. Oh, thank you.
Okay, wait. Go.